What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. So if you're watching this at the time of upload, I'm actually at my best friend's wedding, and I wanted to make sure that I still brought you guys some content, so I really hope you enjoy this guest upload for today. I'll be back soon, don't worry, and we're going to get into all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Content your heart's desire, but for now, I really hope you enjoy this guest upload. So thank you guys so much as always, and we'll see you next time.
Hi there guys, this is Darren Stevenson back with another video. This is the guest upload for Cimo's channel. So, big shout out to him, thank you very much. So this is a video on my top 5 cards I wish we got in 2018. And my good friend Vladis Baranovskis, my CCG teammate, he is the Gem Knight Master, is going to join me today to to make sure that whenever I talk about some of these, all these OCG cards here, believe it or not, there's so many cards that we still need to import. These aren't the core sets that are due to come out either. This is stuff that they just haven't given yet. And he's going to like elaborate on a few things that I'm going to say, cover any things that I miss out. Yeah. So let's just get stuck in. So these are all, believe it or not, all of these cards we're still yet to get. Some of them, obviously, are just total garbage. But a lot of them are actually really, really strong. Obviously, the 5 that we're going to pick aren't obviously the most 5 ridiculous cards that we could get. It's the 5 cards that we wish that we got.
Nothing extremely degenerate.
Yeah, we're not going to pick something mental that'll like savage the game, but something that'll like make the game like somewhat enjoyable. Who knows?
More interesting for like deck building and stuff too.
Absolutely. So our first pick, see if we can find it on here. Ooh, I've just absolutely shuffled this.
Yikers.
I knew this was gonna happen. I can't find her. Where's she gone? She's quite old. There she is. So our first pick, number 5, is Trickstar Caribbean. We tried our best to not make it 5 Link monsters, but I think at first
a lot of them are just Link monsters.
Yeah. My initial 5 picks were just all Link monsters, but I tried my best just to have it just not as Link monsters. So let's read Caribbean. So she is on the Trickstar archetype. So if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are Trickstar monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, so she's pretty much like a Cyber Dragon. During the damage step, when your Trickstar monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Your monster gains attack equal to its original attack. Until the end of this turn, you can only use 1 Trickstar Caribbean effect per turn and only once that turn. So that's pretty cool. It's like an extender that Trickstar probably really need, considering their deck just feels so linear a lot of the time, and a lot of their plays only come from like when you're link laddering, when you've resolved a scapegoat, or when you have to like summon multiple Lycorisses. You have to set up Reincarnation Engrave already with the Nightmares to extend your plays then, or just a hard special summon Lilybell, which a lot of the time can feel really difficult to do and a lot of the time underwhelming, whereas this card just gives that deck an extra layer and an extra push for it to do some link laddering and actually like out threatening boards, whereas it can really feel like it just struggles to do that a lot of the time.
It also just gives you more Trickstar monsters which can actually like be helpful.
Yeah,
like, Trickstar monsters with an actual effect.
like the deck just feels like it needs to proper rely on just Candina just to get its stuff going. Whereas
the cards also like got like insane synergy with cards like Licorice too.
Yeah,
just being able to bounce it back to your hand. So if you bring it back from the graveyard with something like Trickstar Reincarnation, for example, right? You can swing in for 2,000 or just say over a monster, and then you use like your Licorices to put it back into your hand, and then you can swing with your Licorice and then use the Caribane that you just added back to your hand, assuming you haven't used Caribane that turn, like the unsummon effect. Of the summoning effect, and then it just means that you can like dish out damage with like better like targets for cards like Reincarnation.
All right,
and also just giving you like added utility to like cards like that.
All right, so it's just another way of like applying damage as well.
Yeah.
So you can like apply a load of pressure in your opponent's turn. So when they're doing like in a format where it was like Spiral or Goki, where they're doing a lot of searches, if they're on minimal life points, it'll really apply a lot of pressure for them to deal with the Lycorises that are on the field. That's pretty good.
Just a good card as well.
Anything else you want to say in this card before we move on to number 4?
No, not really. The card's just like, you don't have to like only play in a Trickstar deck. You can play in like combo decks too, just because it's a Cyber Dragon that's just free special them.
Yeah, when I was looking at OCG, I was seeing it in like, remember that field spell deck that was like
when Ancient Fairy Dragon was legal, this card would have been like a staple in that deck. This card is just crazy in that deck.
Yeah,
it's just a level 5 that summons itself. They get off of light stage, and then you destroy the light stage. Get with Ancient Fairy Dragon, just add something else, and it's just like.
They were playing Super Agent in that too, because it just had a lot of pushes, didn't it? Yeah, that was really cool. A nice link ladder in deck. Oh, that's good. I'm glad we didn't miss that bit.
Yeah.
I'll make a habit to ask at the end of every single one. So number 4, let's see if we can find it. There you are. Another long non-link monster. We tried our best to pick them, but honestly, like the cards that we picked weren't just for the sake of it. The cards that we've like just found as we were scrolling through are actually pretty good utility cards as well. This card, Subterra Guru. The Subterra archetype is, from my point of view, really bad. But let's give this one a read to see if it adds like an extra oomph to it. So, flip effect. You can add one Subterra card from your deck to your hand, except Subterra Guru. You can target one other face-up monster on the field, change it, and discard to face-down defense position. Oh, okay, so it's like a defensive card that is like a snow on the field and stuff. That can apply a lot of pressure. And its other effect is, this effect can be activated during your player's turn. Yeah, if you control another Subterra card. Have I just completely missed another? I've just completely missed it.
It's adding on to the play face down effect.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
So the flipping face down part is quick effect.
Right, sure. So I'm not massively that informed about the Subterra archetype, but I know it is quite slow as it is right now. But I remember that Hidden City was like quite expensive when the card came out, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason why, because it was pretty much a Stratos, right? And
so Subterra Guru like is actually just like crazy, but you have to build a Subterra deck that's not really a Subterra deck, like just to make this card like work.
So this card itself like changes how you would build the deck.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like not even a Subterra deck, because the deck basically is just using Hidden City and Fiendus. It's not actually using the behemoths. It's just solely just like focusing on Guru. If anyone's paid attention to the OCG decks, this is a reoccurring deck that like keeps topping in like OCG tournaments. It doesn't like
I've noticed it just
win
like
them,
I've noticed it does just pop up now and again, and I just thought it was bad. But I see it with like stuff like the Infernoids and stuff. I see it as like kind of like a splashable engine in a lot of decks as well.
The deck that's been using that in the OCG has just been a Subterra Guru deck where they're just running 8 monsters basically that aren't hand traps or whatever. They're playing 3 copies of Subterra Fiendus, the hand trap Subterra card. They're running 3 copies of Guru,
That
1
card's
copy
fucked,
of
right?
Umatrix.
That like books everything in the field or something, right?
No, so Fiendus is like a negate. It's just like you discard it and you just can negate a card effect.
Oh no, she negates something, then she puts herself face down or something, right?
You show on the field she can put herself face down and then summon a Subterra from hand to grave.
Oh right. Okay.
And then Nemesis Archer lets you out set cards, and it also has a floating effect. And then Umatrix lets you banish a monster your opponent controls. So the way the deck wins essentially is just by whittling down your resources, just because you're flipping Guru face up and face down constantly. So you keep getting negates and you're flipping trap cards in your opponent's turn. You're using Umatrix to banish their monsters, and then when you're putting their cards face down with Guru, you're using Subterra Nemesis Archer to destroy their face down monsters. It doesn't destroy them, it shuffles them into the deck.
Right.
So like you put their Colossus face down, boom, back to the extra it goes, and then you just keep like doing that. And then if they get rid of the Nemesis Archer, it just floats into a Subterra monster from your deck that can be summoned in face up or face down position, which then you can use Hidden City to like negate attacks and stuff, and like flip your Subterra's face up and just keep getting more effects.
That's cool.
And like so like what Konami kind of wanted you to do with Subterra deck was to play cards like Nemesis Warrior and stuff, but Guru just completely changed that just because it makes a Hidden City.
Yeah.
It's like one negate. It's just like such a like a strong engine that you can just build a deck around, which
it was like
loads of play.
It was the OCG card that they got to import the TCG exclusive archetype, right? And we just never got it,
unfortunately.
Yep. That's happened quite a lot. I mean, I wish it happened with Helix.
oh boy.
Well, number 3 then. Where's it gone? There it is. Odd Eyes Revolution Dragons. This is like a level 12, scale 12 pendulum monster that we just never got. I remember reading this before Pendulum Magicians were a thing, thinking this card was so mental. and we just never got it. Well, this is going to be quite an essay to read here because it's got like a big paragraph of pendulum effects and a paragraph monster effect. So let's try and get through this as quick as possible. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except dragon monsters, so this is when it was scaled. This effect cannot be negated. You can target one dragon fusion, synchro, or XYZ monster in your graveyard, destroy this card, and if you do, special summon that monster. So that's really cool.
This card was insane when Ancient Fairy Dragon was legal, by the way.
We'll get
like, Ancient Fairy Dragon got banned the OCG basically because of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon.
We'll get that in a second. So the monster effect is cannot be normal summon a set, must be either pendulum summon from the hand or special summon from your hand by tributing 3 dragon monsters, 1 fusion, 1 synchro, and 1 XYZ. And this is the effect that I really liked. So you can discard this card and pay 500 life points. Add 1 level 8 or lower dragon pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. Gains attack and defense equal to half your opponent's life points. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points. Shuffle all other cards on the field and in the graveyard into the deck. So like, the search effect is what I thought was like, funnily enough, the best one. Just because, like, before Pendulum came out and that Magician FDK was, like, a thing, this card just added extra consistency for Magician, because, like, the only way they OCG played it was with the Dark Worms, whereas, like, there was some sort of, like, 50-50 in the TCG, whether how to play it with, like, a heavy Magician with Wisdom Eye engine or, like, a heavy Dark Worm engine, but in the OCG, there was no debate at all, because this card was a thing. It just makes it so consistent, because it just searches the best card in your deck and it just lets you like push so much, and not to mention it being like a mental boss monster as well, being able to just clear the field in that.
Yeah, you'd copy it with the Starring Venom Fusion Dragons effect.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah, the banned one.
Yeah, of course. Mental. I think if I was to see this, like the reason why this is on the list, not to make FDK more mental, I think if we got it like after Venom got banned, it would be like a really cool card just to make Pendulum like a bit more consistent and to give it more utility, because Pendulum as it is right now, I don't think can like penetrate the like meta wall that we currently have right now. It's kind of a deck that's kind of lingering around, but you'd like be kind of surprised if it's in top cut. But if it has a card like this just to like help it just be better, then maybe it can see more play as like a meta deck.
Just saying, this card can also search the Chaos Emperor Dragon prize card.
Yes, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so that would be really cool. I don't know why they didn't bring this in the TCG, to be honest, once they confirmed that as a prize card, because it meant that this could search the prize card too, and that would just be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
So what was the Ancient Fairy thing?
So with this card's scale effect, you could potentially be using Ancient Fairy Dragon to search, just say you destroy field spell, you add your Spiral Resort or your Union Hanger, what have you, and then you'd also get this card, and then just use it to bring back your Ancient Fairy Dragon, just use its effect again. And it was just crazy, because there was just like a combo deck basically based around that. I'm not entirely sure if it did play Revolution Dragon also, but I do remember there being like a Pendulum Magician deck that just like ran like loads of like random synchros and fusions in the extra deck.
Right.
And it just abused the scale effect of this, because you Electromite pop, add it back, etc. Because the scale effect's not hard once per turn. So you can, like, if you have multiples of it, you can just keep using them. It's just crazy.
Alright, that's pretty crazy. Alright, well, we've established that this card is pretty mental. I would still like to see it, even though it is mental, because with Electromite being at 1, I think like it'll be interesting to see what it does. It probably would be like mental somehow.
The card would be good. I'm not entirely sure if it'd be game breaking, because they have banned Ancient Fairy Dragon and like a lot of the busted cards.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like too much of a problem.
Venom, Ancient Fairy Dragon, both gone.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see like, because even though like decks like that would be absolutely mental, it would be really cool to see them. It would just be cool to see like a mental combo. But then after a week, you're kind of like, oh god, the format's ruined. But you just kind of want to see it for like a week and then just let it go away.
Yeah.
Right, so sorry to spoil the fun, but for number 2, we're back to Link Monsters. I mean, of course, this one was going to be on the list. Cherubini, Black Angel of the Burning Abyss. Don't know about you, Vlad, but Burning Abyss is one of my favorite decks ever. And I just like, even though the Link isn't like that mental for the Burning Abyss deck specifically, I just really want it just because it's the Burning Abyss monster.
This card's like actually really sick, because there's like different ways to play BA if you do have this card. Just because it means you can play BA with like other things and not get punished. It means your BAs are still good.
Yeah. Like
later on, because it means like if you summon your danger or whatever.
Let's give it a bit of context first. We'll read the effect.
First of all, yeah.
So it's 2 level 3 monsters, so it's really super generic. Monster discard, I'm really excited to talk about it too, don't worry. Monsters discard points to cannot be destroyed by card effects, so that means it's like a Fiendish Rhino Warrior. If this card on the field will be destroyed by a battle or an opponent's card effect, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard instead, which is pretty good. You can send one level 3 monster from your deck to the graveyard, then target one Burning Abyss monster on the field. It gains attack and defense equal to the sent monster's attack and defense until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect to trigger any Black Angel of Burning Abyss once a turn. What's mental about that is, it's like, it opens up such a variety of players, because like, they could have just said send one Burning Abyss monster, but no, they had to go the extra mile and say one level 3 monster, which literally anything. So much mental shit, like,
and the fact that it's so easy to make as well, just only using 2 level 3 monsters.
Yeah, like
so easy to make.
Terratop, there we go.
Terratop.
It's crazy, man.
Dangers, like,
it just opens up such, like, I know Dandelion's like banned here, but like,
yeah, thankfully.
But like in the OCG, like, this card is just so crazy because like you just make this, it gives you like sends Dandelion, summons 2 tokens. Like,
they played this card in Trickstar in the OCG. That's how mental it is.
What did they send? Did they?
They sent Dandy and just.
Right, sure, right. Well, that's cool because like
you just made Link 4s. Your Licorices are level 3s.
But it's good when it's used in not in like a bullshit sense, like a combat sort of sense. It just meant that Trickstar just was able to ladder it and it could actually like link climb and out stuff as opposed to just having like such a linear engine. Obviously, if it's put in like a combo deck and it does some like bullshit first turn combo, then it starts to get unhealthy. But the way it's been used in the Trickstar strategy is just really good. And like, but with the most recent Link monster, Rusty, I reckon this card will be really cool because it's just a Rusty enabler, right? Yeah,
this card is just crazy with the Phantom Knight Link. Like, I can't even think of like how many different things you'd be able to do with Cherubini here. Because like without Dandelion, this card's a lot more fun because it doesn't mean that like 2 level 3s just instantly become like Rusty Bardish because of Dandelion. It'll be interesting to see if we eventually get this card. It'd be interesting to see exactly what people will play with this card, what level 3s people will be sending. Are they going to be sending like Edgem Sabers and like doing crazy stuff with that, or they'll be sending Blackwing Steam and just doing some crazy like X-Wing combo or something?
That's level 3 as well, isn't it? Oh my god.
Yeah, like or like they can send like Phantom Knight Ancient Cloak or something and like make Rusty and then you like make an Isolde or something with it.
Oh my god.
Or like there's like this other BA deck you can play where you use Ties of the Brethren on one of your Burning Abyss monsters that's pointing to Cherubini.
What?
And then you summon. So hear me out. You summon Lilith from your deck and another BA, right? So then you have Cherubini and 2 BAs pointing to and Lilith. Then you use Lilith to tribute itself, and then you reveal 3 Fire Lakes from your deck, and you set one of them. So you have Fire Lake Live with Cherubini and stuff. So you can just do like crazy stuff.
That is so cool. Like
it's really really funny.
We've got a good idea why this card we haven't got it yet because like obviously since it's so generic, I think like they're trying their best for us to not get completely mental Link monsters because it seems like they're going in the direction where like they're trying their best to not give us Link Rain 1 cards that are like completely over the top, and this card is like, it's not a Burning Abyss Link by any means. It's like Electromite. It's not a Metalful Link. It was just completely mental for what it did.
Everything.
Because it just Link climbs. It's an extender. It just does pretty much everything in the game. It's pretty crazy, and it's just so generic as well.
I think that like thankfully since we do have Dandelion banned, the power level of the card does go down a little bit, but it's still such a strong card.
And that's
like,
probably
way too many good level 3 monsters.
Right,
but it would be cool to see it, but
hopefully we'll get it in 2019. Alright, so before we get to our number 1, let's just get to our like honorable mentions. So honorable mentions, like I mentioned, Nine-Tailed Fox. Cards I didn't know about, but Vlad know about, is Lefty Driver and Righty Driver.
Yeah, these cards are sick.
Yeah, they were kind of like the Despots. Remember in Necros format when like Japan were like OCG were doing like the Despot thing where it made like
where they
the
made
herald and stuff.
Yeah,
something like that. It does a similar thing. But they obviously help the Link climb as well. Also, Anima is just a really good one that we really want to put on the list, but obviously we just wanted to keep it as 5. Should give this card a read as well. This card is actually really good. Probably arguably better than Link Kuriboh, maybe, just because it has like more utility than just the randomly block attacks. It just sort of like takes a monster as well.
Yeah, its arrow's a bit awkward, but it's still fun.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Link Heroes probably is better. And then the elephant in the room that we just want to address before get the number one is Crystron Needle Fiber. I kind of wanted to put it in this list just because it's Crystron Needle Fiber, and I'm pretty sure like everybody watching knows what this does and how mental this card is. And if you see any OCG combo video, you see this card in like the front row center, and it's just completely like fucks the entire combo. I didn't want to put it on the list because this is cards that I wish we got as opposed to
this isn't a card I don't think anyone would want, because it would just ruin the game.
The only reason why I'd want this card is just to get it out the way as soon as possible, just so I can ban it as soon as possible. Just to like with Sorceress, just like get it out the way, get it, ban it, get rid of it, you know. And again, just to emphasize, this is a wish list, not the best 5 cards that we could get or anything. It's just more of a wish list. Were you about to say something before I interrupted you? Sorry.
Yeah, Needle Fiber could be on the horizon though. Like maybe because they did ban Firewall. Like all they have to do is just get rid of a bunch of the dumb, crazy combo stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Blackwing Steam. That card can't be around while we have Needle Fiber.
Yeah.
Like pretty please, like from Christmas, please. Come on.
It's just generic shit like this. Like the reason why Isolde is so mental and Cherubini and stuff, because the stuff it summons from the deck is just so generic, and this summoning a tuna is like so generic as well, and there's so many.
Oh yeah, Summon Sork also has to be banned before we get Needle Fiber also.
Right, for sure. Yep. Right, and those are the honorable mentions. Get those out the way, and the card that I really would like to see in 2018, but we're gonna get in 2019. Where is it? Is the Aramage Link Mesa. Well, how do you pronounce that?
Aroma Seraphy.
Aroma Seraphy Jasmine. Let's give her a read. So it's 2 plant monsters, so it's quite a bit of a fuck on. So that's why I put it on the list, because it's like somewhat of a commitment to a player. While your life points is higher than your opponent's, this card and plant monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle. And it sounds shit so far, but with it, you contribute 1 monster this card points to. I thought it was plant at first, but it's any card. Special summon 1 plant monster from your deck in defense position. You can only use this effect of Aramage blah blah Jasmine once per turn. Once per turn, if you gain life points, add 1 plant monster from your deck to your hand. So the reason why this is number 1 is because like I'm just interested to see what it can do, because now that we have the whatever that burn card's called that got banned, and we also
Anoyatilis. Not Anoyatilis, sorry, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis. That burn plant card, because like the card that made this the reason why this was so popular in the OCG is because of the plant FTK deck, and we have Dandy and that card banned, so now it's more of like a combo piece and an enabler. We have cards like Bulb as well that it can summon that can like make this card like really cool and open up a whole line of players.
So this card is actually like so lovely because it's not like a Needle Fiber type card. It doesn't have some crazy on summon effect. It's not like Summon Sork where it has some like crazy ridiculous effect. It's like super like specific, but not so specific to the point where you can't play it in like every deck. Well, like, sorry, it doesn't mean you can't play it in almost no deck. You can play it in like quite a few decks, just because there's so many good plant monsters. Like we said earlier, Glow Up Bull. There's cards like Spore maybe not so much, but the card you really want to summon up this is Prayer Plan Orphoscorpio. Just so you can get Brilliant Fusion or Instant Fusion or Super Polymerization from your deck to your hand.
Thanks, Konami.
And then the kind of unfortunate part about this card is that you instantly make Summon Sork. But
I think in a hopefully, like, if this card would be really good if like Summon Sorceress does get banned, and by the time we do get this card, it'd be really cool because like even though you can play a mental card like the Predator Plant monster, it's a normal summon, and like you have to really put it in a deck that doesn't rely too much on its normal summon for its engine. But and you also have the drawback of having to play bloody Cobra as well, and that card's really frustrating. But its utility is mental, like being able to summon that plant, get a fusion spell, summon Jasmine, summon a card. And you've also got like cards like Instant Fusion, Super Poly, and any other fusion that you could just throw in there because like the options just mental, or like all the cards it can search. It just opens up a whole range of like innovation and utility.
Yeah. And it's not like extremely degenerate, like once again. There's not like that many crazy cards you can just summon off this straight away.
Of course. Well guys, thanks again for Cimoooooooo for letting me upload on his channel, and thanks again for the lovely Gemini FD Game Master himself, Vlad, for helping me out with these cards. I didn't even have a clue what Subterra Guru did before he let me know.
Guru is sick.
Yeah,
Best card.
let me know in the comments below what card you wish you got as an OCG import, hopefully in Savage Strike. And also, we also have a special treat involving our number one pick, our Arrow Mage Jasmine. So if you can please check out my YouTube channel, my name is Darren Stevenson. Check out my YouTube channel, and the day after this, hopefully the 27th or the 28th of December, we'll have a special combo video for you involving this card, and it's mental. It's so fun, it's mental. Don't want to give away too much, but it's mental, isn't it, Vlad?
Oh, it's a bit silly. it's quite silly. It goes in a completely different direction where you think it'd be going.
Yeah, it's a treat. It's a treat. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Wink.